Hello, and welcome back to more of Pokemon Legends Arceus. Yes, I know I started up the wrong game, but it's not the wrong game! It's not the wrong game. I did this on purpose. Something of a bit of a pain is that this game is linked to Legends Arceus for a side quest, and you have to have both in order to get the hint. The pain comes in that I have both as physical copies, so it's going to be a bit of a downtime between the two. But if you come over here, remember when we were told to look into a book that nobody knows where it is? It's right here. This book is titled The Sea's Legend. It's a text that was only recently discovered, and its ancient letters were decoded. Would you like to read it? Yes. Once upon a time, in the East Sea, there was a Pokemon known as the Prince. A brave human asked the Pokemon living in the sea to let them see the Prince. Would you like to keep reading? Yes. Mantike, Weasel, and a quillfish with huge spikes acknowledged the human's... hold on. What was that? A Mantike, a Weasel, and a Pokemon with huge spikes. Okay. Okay. Got that. Acknowledged the humans' bravery and joined them. Together, they set off in a boat over the Sunset Street Sea, sailing through the ocean gate stretched over the waves. Would you like to keep reading? Sure. News of this reached the ears of the prince, who went to meet the brave little party at Seaside Hollow. Oh, hold on. Alright, that's all I needed out of this game, so we'll be back in just a bit when I get Pokemon Legends Arceus up here. So the very last thing we did was watch the credits. Let's see what happens when we walk outside, because we're not done with all the main quests yet. Good morning, Luke. It looks like the space-time rift has vanished. The sky's gone back to normal again. Which I suppose means we'd better get back to our original mission, completing the Pokédex. We're going to meet in the Survey Corps office to discuss our next steps. See you there soon, Luke. A new day dawns. Now, there's all sorts of quests that I've opened up already that I wasn't able to take a look at because I was kind of rushing through the end of the game. Let's see. Anything in... Yeah, The Sea's Legend. That's exactly what I was looking at right there. I get it. Tarouche, he's a trash-covered one, yeah. Okay, so I picked up a trash-covered Burmy. Right here. Oh, now that's a Burmy and no mistake. Trash, leaf, and I didn't even see her name. Huh? I don't know about that. I don't know what Duna is. Whatever. Indeed, this Pokemon is no Burmy. Well, we've all seen each other's supposed real Burmy, but we're no closer to agreeing on anything. Nothing else for it. Well, let's have Professor Laventon decide. The Burmy he chooses to put in the Pokédex will be considered the real Burmy. Once you complete Burmy's Pokédex entry, come back and show us what it says, will you? I already did that. So that's how it is. It seems all our Burmy are indeed, well, Burmy. All three of them. So you're saying that Pokemon of the same species can come in different forms as different as these? How incredible. Guess that means we were all in the right? Looks like we wasted our breath arguing. Jeez, well, I'm sorry it was so harsh to both of you. No, I'm just as much as at fault. But really, this whole escapade has taught us a lot about Pokemon. I'm truly glad. I apologize for getting a little heated back there, too. But it all turned out well in the end. And sorry for getting you caught up in our mess. You did a great job clearing up our confusion. Now then, I'm feeling fired up to learn even more about Pokemon. If you find any other curious Pokemon, we'd love to hear about them. The professor was nattering on to me about how Pokemon evolve and then they look different. What about Burmy, though? They already look different. What happens when they evolve? Even more different. Those little ones come in different cloaks, but they're Burmy just the same. Guess it's not too different from a Galaxy team folk, all coming from different places. Each of those Burmy certainly did have character. I suspect you might find other Pokemon species that come in different forms if you look. Yep. So, I trust you enjoyed yourself at the festival? Sure did. Indeed. That only seems natural, given the crowd. I believe last night was the first time I've caught a glimpse of you making merry, Captain. I believe you must be imagining things. Now, Professor Lavington, to business. What is the current state of progress on the Pokédex? I dare say we've made quite significant progress all in all. But we could afford to put a little more effort into our research tasks. And of course, it is hard to know how far to go in pursuit of some reports. Certain Pokemon have only been mentioned in Hisui's legends. After all, who knows if they're even real? How little we know about Hisui's history and legends, it seems a tall order for us to tackle. Pardon, couldn't help but overhear. If it's Hisuian history and legends you want, then I'm your man! Why, I've spent plenty of time studying such things instead of ahem. I mean, while also tirelessly doing my work for the Ginkgo Guild. And I've visited many of the ruins and whatnot here in the Hisui region already. I imagine I could teach you a thing or two about any Pokemon of legend in these parts. Aho! Music to my ears, my good fellow. Listen well, Luke. You are to learn all you can from Merchant Volo and work together as needed, for the sake of the Pokédex. We, meanwhile, will also continue to gather intelligence on Pokemon by other means. Understood. I'll set up at the Heights camp then. Luke, I'll be expecting you. Besides, I have something I'd like to discuss with you too, so I hope you won't keep me waiting. Alright. You're that talented Survey Corps member I keep hearing about, right? I have a favor to ask of you. You know Ouroboros Tunnel, right? Yeah? The tunnel near Obsidian Falls? I'm hoping to dig into the tunnel walls to see if I can find any good stone there, but a Pokemon's been raging about and getting in my way. It's more than I can handle. Think you could calm it down for me? I'll do my best. Thanks a ton. Please head to that tunnel once you're ready to calm down that Pokemon. Digging for tomorrow. Some requests posted on the blackboard. A token of gratitude. Betty of the Diamond Clan says she was saved by a mysterious Pokemon many years ago. Listen to her story and determine whether there's anything to do in the matter of follow-up. The Darksome Nightmare. Hale of the Pearl Clan has reported seeing a strange Pokemon up in the Coronet Highlands. Speak with the fellow in my lab and see if you can catch the Pokemon concerned. You the one who accepted my request? Well then, let's get right to business. There's an old tale that's been told in the Hisui region about a dark nightmare that visits people on lonely paths at night. I never put any stock into it myself, but I saw it. I saw a terrifying black Pokemon just like the one in the stories. They say that people who are trapped in the nightmares it creates never wake again. We can't wait for someone to fall victim to it. We've got to act before that can happen. I saw it near the Clamberclaw Cliffs, partway up Mount Coronet. And it was when I was walking out alone at night, just like the old stories all say. But be careful if you go in search of it. I wouldn't want you to lose your life over this. Okay. Hello there, Luke. You know, we've an interesting member in the Security Corps. A secret weapon, if you will. They're a bit of a Pokemon battle master, in fact. Think I could trouble you to face our secret weapon in battle? Of course. Give us a moment, then. So I heard the news. There's to be a face-off between two masters. You know, I've heard our Corps' secret weapon could even defeat an Alpha Pokemon. So can I. Everything's set. Come with me. Here's our ace in the hole. Rest! Please, Captain Zetsu, I'm just a carbon guardsman. However, as long as I stand in defense of this gate, I have no intention of letting anyone defeat me. Bidoof. You've got to be kidding me. It's a level 62 Bidoof. I didn't even know Bidoof could learn Shadow Ball. And he's got a Shinx, so let me guess his last Pokemon's a Starly? Ow! Well, that was completely worthless. Ow. Good thing I have Dialga. Have fun with this one. Yep, I was right. These are the first three things that we were tasked with fighting, so that's what I get. Why I guessed that. Okay, we're going with Roar of Time. Ow. Oh, Roost. That's fine. That's mean, but it's still, yeah. Oh, you've got to be kidding me! It missed! He's trying to get all stats up off the bat. You need to hit Dialga! There we go. You broke through my defenses! I thought I could do better than that, seeing as how I'm a guardsman. Well, I had to use a Dialga to do it, so... I only had that with me because I forgot to take it out of my party. This was to be expected. Setting out beyond the village and battling so many different Pokemon in the course of your survey work has made you very strong. You know, my first job as a guardsman was catching some Bidoof that seemed intent on infiltrating the village. Since then, I've kept many Pokemon from passing through our gates. Sometimes I'd slip up and let some in. Goodness, would people let me have it. But I also befriended some of the Pokemon, and before I knew it, we'd grown strong together. I gained so much, and all because I was trying to make sure folks could live safely here. It's my job to keep everybody safe, isn't it? Now, there's one last thing I'd like to tell you. If you're heading outside the village again, stay safe out there, kid. And now, I think I'd better get back to work. Great rock. That's really nice. Okay. You're with the Survey Corps, right? The Chimicos decided to nest in my house. Do you think you could get it to help me to get it to move? It made itself at home under the eaves before I even noticed. It seems mellow enough, but I'm not at ease with having a Pokemon so close. I've already spoken to some homeowners who'd be willing to let Chimico move in with them. What I'd like you to do is have a look at the homes and make sure they'd be a good fit for Chimico. It's not like I can tell what Chimico feels, so... the first place I'd like you to check is that farmer's house near the fields. Did you think you could find a nice place for Chimico to hang there? I see, it's not in the sun. Oh, it's the wind direction. The wind direction seems to be bothering Chimico. Ah, so I guess the wind is blowing from over here. Oh, so it prefers the wind, the way the wind blows around my house? I like it too. We get a good breeze. Well then, how about the hut by the sea? The ocean breeze is so refreshing. Alright, fine. We were headed there anyway. Oh, I know what she meant by a seaside hut now. Whoops. That's fine. Yo! You heard something that sounded like a cry and a boulder shifting in the distance. Ah. Ow. Yeah, we're throwing an Ultra Ball at it. That's not even resting on the ground. Oh, that's all three of them. That's fun. Ow! Let's take this one out of the fight. Oh, that's not good. The rest of my good team is... go over Quill. Oh, this isn't good at all. Oh no. Let's at least drop the number of combatants down to 2, please. Oh my goodness, why? Catch already! This is why I saved. Oh! Alright, I have to do this. Ow! This isn't good. I have one Pokemon left and it's a Weasel. Oh no. This is why I saved. Ideally, I'll get a turn with Rapidash where I can use Hypnosis. Ideally. However, the way Manaphy keeps rocking my socks off, I don't think that's going to happen. Oh, good. I got a turn. Hypnosis. That should help. I don't want to kill it, but... Yes! Oh, goodness. That was a fight. Ah! Ow! I see you've caught our mysterious swimmer. So it was Manaphy all along. It seems Manaphy here is a migratory Pokemon, drifting to and fro across the seas since long ago. At least that's what it says in the Sea's legend. I had a jolly hard time getting hold of this tome. But it seems it was worth it in the end. I see you've caught 4 Pokemon. Care to report your findings? Sure. Dialga, Mantike, Fion, and Manaphy. Oh, it seems we've made some new observations. Let's have a look then. I see. Most illuminating. I'll update our Pokedex with this new data. Abomasnow, a powerful Pokemon that can split huge boulders with ease. Dislikes associating with others and chooses to live quietly deep within the mountains, playing with the snow. Snover. One is likely to encounter this Pokemon while out in the snow. There are stories of Snover appearing in human settlements, but doing no harm. Rather, they bond with children. Gallade. The blades extending from its elbows are sharper than the finest swords. Its swordsmanship, albeit self-taught, is astonishingly impressive. Return to the village. Chimeko seems lonely since there's nobody around. So it likes lively places. It's always great to have some activity around. How about the training grounds? With the security corps around, that place is always bustling. Is that your Chimeko? Why don't you come and train with us? It seems like Chimeko doesn't like to battle. Let's see. It doesn't look like I can actually get anything right now. It's much faster than walking here. I guess it's only natural that some Pokemon don't like to battle. I'm sorry to scare you, Chimeko. Oh, is it telling me not to worry about it? How about the next door to me, then? It's hardly different at all from my place. I just had a chat with my neighbors, and they said they'd be fine with Chimiko hanging around. Pardon me. I know I just sent you chasing about looking for a good home for Chimiko, but I think I'd like it to stay with me after all. You've really helped me understand Chimiko a lot better, and I think we can actually live together now. It just dawned on me that hearing its adorable cry coming from under the eaves is part of my routine now. You're going to live with me from now on, aren't you, Chimiko? Thanks for all your help. I'm glad this village has the Survey Corps. That glint in your eye. I'd bet my balloons you're quite a capable young man. Do you think you could show me your balloon bursting technique? You just need to burst as many of my adorable balloons as possible while riding a Pokemon. It's captivating, really. If you manage to burst, say, 40 balloons, well, that'd be an impressive start. You can find me here anytime, so let me know whenever you feel like testing your skill in the balloon race. Ultimate balloon race. I couldn't even do the last one. I'll give it a try, I guess. 60 balloons, huh? I got perfect on the first few, but now that he's trying to have me do multiple of these guys in one go, it's just not happening. Also, the camera is fighting me the whole way. That's also a problem. Like at the start, it's nice and easy because the camera is actually going the way I need it to go, but as soon as we pull out Braviary, it just starts really messing with me. Also, I'm too low for that somehow, despite jumping at the peak of my jump. Or whatever. Yeah, and then down here, it's just I can't deal with the camera anymore. I just have to know where I'm going. As unreasonable as that might be. Well, I got 44. Whew! That's all I'm going to bother with. You're so close to bursting them all. A little reward should help keep you motivated. Nope. But I did beat your target of bursting at least 40. I knew you were something special, keeping up with my adorable balloon's movements even while riding Pokemon. But this isn't the end, of course. I'll still be around for whenever you want a challenge. Yeah, that's not happening. Okay. Ow. I found her. Luke! At last! Oh, I knew you'd come to find me. I got hit with a gust from Honchcrow that sent me tumbling right down the mountainside. I couldn't climb back up, and I couldn't get down either, so I've been stuck. So, please, get me back on track. You're always around to save me when I need it. If only you were in my core, Luke, I'd be so much better off. I'm always here to help. Really? It's such a relief to hear you say that. I'm so glad I can rely on you, Luke. Though it's a little embarrassing, I guess, to admit to myself that I need to rely on you. Oh, you know what? I used to think that Sneasel was a mean Pokemon, since it looks sly and unsavory, but it helped me get out of a real tight spot, so I guess it must be good at heart after all. This one is, anyway. That's a shiny! That is a shiny Golbat! I caught the shiny! That's all that matters. Well, I spent all night wandering around looking for it, and it just did not appear. It's a waxing crescent, so I'm not spending ages out here looking for it. Not right now. Let me just look it up, and, Oh, hey! I found a Spiritomb fragment, anyway. Three left. You know what? Let's keep looking for those, eh? Oh, hey, there's another one. One left. Or two left. Yeah, two left. I think. I didn't even read it. Oh, there's one. One left. It's going to be frustrating, but it has an actual map, so let's go. Because I have to check all of them, because I don't know where I've gotten them before. That's why it's frustrating. Actually, I'm going to try one thing that might be it, because I don't recall specifically looking for it. Uh-huh, yep, that's it. There we go. It's a very nice map. But I didn't need it for all to check all the locations. It's an interactive map. I didn't need to check it. Check all the locations that way because there was one there. I was like, hold on, I'm pretty sure I haven't checked that spot. Here we go. This entire place is the arena, huh? It's all the way over there. That worked! Ah. This is why I started throwing apricorns at it. I was like, my Pokeballs aren't doing me any good. Let's throw those spoiled apricorns at it. Ow. Can I just fight it? It's level 70, but... Fine, whatever. I caught it! Astounding! Now everyone will be able to rest easy. Yes, no one else will fall victim to such dark nightmares. I suppose I'd better be heading back home myself now, but I won't ever forget what you did. Farewell, young one. Ah! That was way easier than I thought it would be. I mean, yeah, it was an absolute pain at times, because for some strange reason, I couldn't catch it up close, but hey. Yes, I do. I caught a shiny Golbat. Golbat. It sinks its sharp fangs into other creatures and slurps up their blood. A closer look at the fangs reveals they are hollow and akin to straws. Hunter. This frightful malevolent spirit can glide through walls, appearing wherever it likes. According to rumor, victims of a hunter's lick will wither to death day by day. Back to the village. Hello. It seems as if there's nothing you can't find. I'm always thanking you, but thanks again. There's simply no doubting your abilities. And I heard from Wanda how you reassured her, telling her your teammates and all. She's even started to calling you her savior. It really means a lot to her to be accepted by someone like you. And as her big brother, I appreciate you keeping her safe too, of course. I know that she can be a real scatterbrain, so I'm glad she's got you looking out for her. Wanda really looks up to you now. She talks about you glowingly. As her brother and supposed role model, I have mixed feelings, but good for you. Thanks again for helping me off that mountain, my trusty teammate Luke. You know what? I meant it. You'd be well suited for the security corps. Ever considered joining up? I still have to catch a lot of Pokemon. You can carry around even more. Teach me 60k. Never mind. But I do have stuff to sell, so maybe I can come back here in a second. Yeah, I knew it. Now here's the boy I was hoping for, Wanda's constant savior, Luke. I'm afraid the day has finally come. This time, Wanda couldn't even find her way back from the Obsidian Fieldlands, right on her own doorstep. It's practically our own backyard, right? She should know her way around, so I'm worried that something happened to her. I'd really appreciate some help from you and that Ursaluna. Use the scent from Wanda's righty old kerchief and search her out for me. Wanda has to be somewhere out there in the Obsidian Fieldlands. Find her for me, please. Aha! You must be Luke, right? Hello, I heard about you from mine. Thank you for taking on my request. I'll get right to the point. Once, when I was little, I got lost here in the Obsidian Fieldlands. I was wandering around in tears when I stumbled across a field of beautiful flowers. That's where I met it, a Pokemon I'd never seen before. It gave me a flower and then set off walking, as if to guide me somewhere, so I followed it. And it led me back to a place I recognized. Thanks to that Pokemon, I made it home safely. But I never got to properly thank it. I'd like to find it again and tell it how grateful I am. The only problem is I haven't been able to find that field of flowers, so I'd like you to help me. Here, this is the only clue I've got. Gracidia! A Flowers sometimes bottled in bouquets to convey gratitude on special occasions, such as birthdays or anniversaries. Called a Gracidia flower. It's the same flower as the one that Pokemon gave me. Please find the field of Gracidia flowers here in the Obsidian Fieldlands for me. Oh, wait. We're not done here. I want to go to nighttime because we're not done yet on finding those in this area. $94. For some reason I feel like the Gracidia flowers would be in this spot over here that I noted before was weird because it's completely burnt up. Yep. This seems to be the flower field that Medley has been looking for. Or Medi. Is this the field from back then? Flowers may be withered, but I remember these surroundings exactly. This has to be the place. Excuse me, can you hear me, kind Pokemon? A long time ago, I got lost out here and you guided me back. I don't know if I'd have made it home without you, so I just came to say... thank you so much. The flowers! Thank you very much, Luke. I'll be sure to make to thank Mai for pointing me toward you as well. I suppose you'll be staying here to study that Pokemon? Well, good luck with your work. Take care. What? I said the... You don't like orange berries? Come on. Let's go spawn again. I gave you an orange berry and you shot an energy ball at me and ran away. Come on. That said, it's also very, very big. This is the starting area, and it's this big. It's insane. Since I'm heading all over the place. Anyway, oh, hey, there's one. I don't see any blue. One left. The moon has set, so I think it might be a little... Oh, there we go! There we go! It's the last one done! Ha-ha! All the wisps in this area! Yes! Alright, now how am I doing on this? Help! Oh, please, I don't want to sprout mushrooms! Oh, come on. Why are you doing it again? It's already drowsy. Oh, I get it, because of the... Because it just matches what she said. Goodbye, one. Ow! Ah. Okay, fine. Time to get rid of you with extreme prejudice. Thank you! I swear I'd never survive here in Hisui without you as a teammate. I came to patrol because I know some of the villagers come out here to hunt for mushrooms. While keeping an eye out for them, I ended up hunting around a bit myself for some finds. But mushrooms ended up hunting me. I guess my brother is probably a mess worrying about me again, huh? But you're so good at battling. Probably even better suited to the security corps than I am. So we meet here again. I've been hearing plenty about your impressive exploits. But of course I've always known you would impress us, ever since you dealt with that Alpha Cricketune for me. I've had my hands full as well. I've no idea why, but Munchlax keeps trying to run off in different directions. Munchlax, where are you off to now? I'm not sure what he's so focused on, but he just up and disappears without warning. Keeping track of him has been quite the task. What was that now? It almost seemed to be responding to Munchlax. Displaying his destination. Pointing to Vermontis Island. My, isn't this exciting? I wonder if we're about to see another strange phenomenon sweep across Hisui. Or perhaps I'm reading too much into things. Can I ask you to visit Vermontis Island to try to shed some light on this new mystery? Okay. A new anomaly. I had a feeling these would come up sooner or later. Luke, there you are. Have a look here, if you will. A good, long, close look, if you please. See these patterns modeled after Pokemon? I've come to think that they might be letters. Rather like hieroglyphs, if you will. I've inspected ruins across the region and have concluded they all seem to tell the same tale. The tale of a brave soul who, together with the Pokemon at his side, went on a journey to search for fragments of an all-encompassing deity. A deity. Yes, an all-encompassing deity, the creator of this very universe, and its name is... Arceus. Or Arceus. Perhaps you've already heard this name. It does sound familiar. Of course. What else could I have expected from the hero who saved the Hisui region? But now let us discuss the fragments. They must surely be the plates. Yes, the very plates you collected as you went about quelling all the frenzied nobles. Haven't you noticed they all have words carved on their backs? Go on, give them a read. The original one breathed alone before the universe came. This original one is none other than the Pokemon known as Arceus. So what do you say, Luke? I think we should try to gather all the plates. I've got just the idea where to start a search. Join me in the heart of the grueling grove. It seems to be the place Mize Munchlax was interested in. That's a bunch of Zorua. Better report back to Maya about the Zorua. Note that they... Oh, actually, they're still there. Okay. But I'm not gonna bother with them right now. Done with your investigation? Please, tell me what you found. Mass outbreak? That hardly tells me anything. What kind of Pokemon did you see, then? A bunch of Zorua. Spiteful foxes. The Spiteful Fox Zorua. Well, you came across a rare Pokemon. I've seen them in the Icelands before, but not here. So, what is that in, Munchlax? You were curious about Zorua? Well, this is unexpected. It seems there are two Munchlax now. But naturally, I would never fail to recognize my own Munchlax. It's you, right? Not the Munchlax next to me, it's the other one. So it was Zorua. How odd for it to appear in the Fieldlands. I only hope that this isn't an omen of something unpleasant yet to come. As a precaution, it might be best for you to report this to your captain. Oh good, you made it. Those glowing red eyes. It's one of those alpha things, right? It rages about so much, I'm afraid it might bring the whole tunnel down. It's really dangerous. Hello. Grok. Now. Ah, I see what that does. Okay. There we go. Wow, you're as good as they say. Alpha Onyx has calmed right down. Huh, I half expected it to get right back up, right back to thrashing about. Me too. Right? Maybe, just maybe. You weren't raging at all, but we're actually just trying to dig a tunnel. Well, if that's the case, we may as well dig together. That's settled then. From now on, we're a team. I guess you could say that Onyx and I are on it. I've got a partner that's more than dependable, and it's all thanks to you. It's not much, but please take this grit rock as a token of my appreciation. There are some folks who are saying they'd make statues of Pokemon if we find some quality stone. And Leon of the Pearl Clan said we might even find coal here. Okay, partner, let's see which of us can dig more. Ah, right where the Heracross used to be. Now, Luke, according to my own investigations... An Alpha Bastugan? Terribly sorry, Luke, but do you think you could handle it? Ow. Ow. Stone plate. Why did that alpha Pokemon have the plate we were looking for? Maybe it just happened to find the plate lying around. In any case, that's the only other plate I had any information about, so that's that. And yet, nothing seems to be happening, which makes me suspect there must still be more plates left out there for us to find. Not to worry, though. I know the perfect person to ask. She's bound to know all about the plates. Vegeta. The one and only Mistress Gogeta, yes. You haven't had the chance to properly thank her for her help in obtaining the red chain, am I right? All the more reason to pay her a visit. So, onward to the ancient retreat. Yes. Gumi hides away in the shade of trees, where it's nice and humid. If the slime coating its body dries out, the Pokemon instantly becomes lethargic. Back to the village. Gathering of Zorua in a place other than their natural habitat. Could this also have been caused by the space-time rift? I suppose we don't know enough yet to say for certain. At any rate, thank you for the report. 30 Ultra Balls, 60 Apricorns, and 60 Tumblestones? That's insane! Luke, things are growing worse. After we parted, Munchlax reacted to several different locations, and there was a mass outbreak at each of them. Simultaneously in multiple locations? These must somehow be different from the mass outbreaks we know. Why don't we call this new phenomenon a massive mass outbreak? Your new orders are to investigate this massive mass outbreak. Okay. It sounds like I can count on you to keep investigating? Well then, I'll be waiting for you by the front gate. I suppose I should tell you exactly what I witnessed first. Munchlax suddenly took off running into a rainstorm. I tried to stop him lest he get wet, but then I saw those mass outbreaks appearing all over. Perhaps it was the massive mass outbreak that Munchlax was so curious about. If that's the case, Munchlax might be able to help us investigate this phenomenon. I'll also work with you, as I'm concerned about Munchlax. We can begin our investigation as soon as you're prepared. Are you ready to go now? Sure. I need to go there anyway. Off to the Heights camp with us. We haven't seen anything out of the ordinary yet, nor has Munchlax reacted to anything. Shall we just wait for a while to see whether something happens? Sure. Raining, and it looks like it's going to get worse. Are you worried about the rainstorm, Munchlax? Still don't know what's causing these mysterious massive mass outbreaks. How would we find one? Perhaps that fancy map of yours can show us something. Well, that's a thing. Wow, that is all over the place. Goodness. A massive mass outbreak is a phenomenon in which many mass outbreaks occur at once. Mass outbreak locations are marked by question icons on the map, and you won't know what Pokemon can be found there until you go see. These rare outbreaks will dissipate in time, so you need to hurry to investigate them. Catch or defeat Pokemon in a mass outbreak before it dissipates to finish investigating that particular location. Sometimes additional Pokemon may appear immediately after you complete your investigation. It seems you have some idea where to look for these outbreaks now. Why not check out a few? Seeing at least 3 ought to give us some idea of what's going on. I don't want to land right next to it. That's a problem. Oh, a bunch of steel, huh? 111. That's one. Bunch of Staravia. Shut up, huh? Oh, these flee too, huh? And that's it. Oh, that's fine. Three? Alright, who's good to tank it? Sliggit. It's steel type. Ow! But now I get to attack, so... Or relatively soon? Right? Do I get a turn? Come on! I haven't had a turn in like 8 turns! Turn! That was beyond insane! I never even got a turn! Thank you for your investigation in the Obsidian Fieldlands. Did you learn anything about these massive mass outbreaks? It's always pouring rain. What could that mean? Do Pokemon gather when there's especially heavy rain? I wonder whether Munchlax was reacting to the rainstorm to the massive mass outbreak itself. We'll just have to investigate further, but how best to do so? We've had a good look around the Obsidian Fieldlands, but it's only raised more questions. That frown doesn't suit you at all. Oh, Miss Calaba. Well, you see... mass outbreaks that occurred during rainstorms. I've never heard of such a thing. But of course, life is full of surprises. After all, it's not that Pokemon from beyond our world appear at the Temple of Sinnoh, either. It's not often that Pokemon from beyond our world appear at the Temple of Sinnoh, either. Perhaps these mighty Pokemon are reacting to the arrival of mighty Palkia. Why don't we head back to Jubilife Village? Arceus shop may be a good place to visit. That girl is awfully popular, after all. And where people gather, information abounds. Of course, the hairdressers. Good thinking. If anyone there has seen one of these massive mass outbreaks, they might be willing to share the details with us. It's settled then. I'll wait for you at the hairdresser's. Now then, I have a shaman to catch. Ow. Ha! Frostbite! Ow. Throw an Ultra Ball. And we got it! Grit Rock. Sure. They form remarkably large flocks that are constantly fighting amongst themselves. I suspect those with the magnificent plumes on their heads are the strong ones. Shadot, a versatile performer skilled in the imitation of human speech. It is said that older, more experienced Shadot can even understand the meaning of the words they mimic. Spheel. During the season when drift ice approaches the shore, Spheel prefers living on the ice, where fewer predators lurk, rather than the land. Its fur retains heat superbly and resists harsh cold. Porygon Z. A curious item induced this evolution. The Pokemon's offensive capabilities have greatly increased, but the strangeness of its behavior has magnified in equal measure. This worries me. Go back to the village. Oh, Luke! Mistress Kalaba's waiting for you. Come on in! I heard all about these massive mass outbreaks, but there's some sort of Pokemon festival. It's like what I heard from a customer who came here from Johto. Apparently on nights with a full moon, Clefairy get together and dance. It's basically a gathering of Pokemon that only happens when certain conditions are met. Sounds pretty similar to massive mass outbreaks, don't you think? So massive mass outbreaks could be a festival for Pokemon to enjoy the rainstorms! You really think so? It seems to me you're still biting your tongue, Araizu. Have you heard anything else? Well, I did hear something from a weird Diamond Clan friend of mine. What was it? They said they saw a mass outbreak of alphas in the Crimson Mirelands. But seriously, did alphas ever gather in groups? My friend must have made a mistake, right? Alphas grouping together. If this is part of a massive mass outbreaks, it sounds dangerous. Yeah! You're telling me! I faced a ton of Shadot that just wiped the floor with my entire team! Even the Lady of the Ridge would be no match for a mass outbreak of alphas. It's natural to worry about the unknown. That's why Luke is investigating this for us, no? To put our concerns to rest. You're right! It seems our next step is to investigate the Crimson Mirelands. Are you ready to head to Crimson Mirelands with me? No. I'll wait you at the front gate. Come join me when you're ready to set out. Okay. It seems a massive mass outbreak has sprung up here in the Crimson Mirelands, too. Let's try to determine if this phenomenon occurs here as it does in the Obsidian Fieldlands. Hey ho, little people. No need to fret. Melly has arrived. What are you doing here? What do you want? I heard rumors that you've been investigating massive mass outbreaks or some such. But I, Melly, have already solved this mystery. All that remains is to gather evidence. Oh, really? Not bad, Melly. The reason these Pokemon have been mysteriously gathering rainstorms is to give praise to the great Melly, naturally. No. No, it isn't. Don't look so sour, you two. I realize it's a difficult truth to accept right away, but the awe I inspire as both sun and shadow to Adaman is clearly apparent to Pokemon. And as thanks for your adorable efforts in proving my theory true, I'll give you this generous reward. Go on, take them. They're Ogwa berries. Quite a rarity here in Hisui, you know? Not in Diamond and Pearl time. As for why these Pokemon gather during rainstorms, well, that's surely to represent how I'm simply overflowing with wonderful qualities. And with that negative wisdom, I shall be off. Go back to your Electrode. He was very shy and withdrawn as a child, until one day when he announced he was going to work hard to help Adaman. I was happy to see him grow more optimistic, but I fear he may have taken that to extremes. But Agua berries, where could he have found them? Munchlax, did you just eat some of the Agua berries? 5 of them. What's this? It looks like your fancy map is responding to Munchlax again. Hey, I actually can see what they are and oh dear. Oh hey, this one's marked, it looks like there's a shiny there, and then that one, there's a bunch of berries? Maybe? Probably. There's a massive mass outbreak of unknown. Why would I need that? I already found all the unknown. Whatever. Now the map shows not only the outbreak locations, but the Pokemon there as well. What does this mean, Munchlax? While massive mass outbreaks are ongoing, you can give Agua berries to Mine's Munchlax to find out what Pokemon are appearing at each mass outbreak location. Pokemon icons with a sparkle mark mark the locations of special mass outbreaks, while those with a berry indicate mass outbreaks where you may be able to receive Agua berries. Be sure to make the most out of these to help out with your investigations into massive mass outbreaks. So if we keep feeding Munchlax Agua berries, we'll be able to learn more about these outbreaks? Munchlax, what exactly is it you're trying to get us to understand? Whatever this all means, please investigate 3 massive mass outbreak locations in the Crimson Mirelands so we can compare these outbreaks to those we found in the Obsidian Fieldlands. Okay, so we're gonna go to Tangela, and then we're gonna go over to the Quilava. And then I'll pick an easy one and go over to... Earthwig. Actually, I'll go over to Cricket Talk because I know those run away. Oh. Nope. We're out. Oh, this will be fine. And let's go take care of Cricketot, because that's going to be easy. Either I catch them or they're gone, so... And they're gone. That's why I went with those. That said, I'm not totally done yet. Well, I'll go back to her with my findings. But what I want to do is search this place for, wrong person. Search this place for the Spiritomb fragments. I hear you finished your investigation in the Crimson Mirelands. Well done, Luke. Irida is here to help us. What happens twice will happen thrice, or so they say. Massive mass outbreaks seem likely to occur in the Cobalt Coastlands and other areas as well, so I've been discussing the issue with Irida. Why don't we demonstrate to her what has been keeping us so busy? We can turn our investigation to the Cobalt Coastlands next. Ah yes, Munchlax. I know you. What's been keeping you busy is eating. Don't worry, you'll get your berries. But I still wonder, what lies behind Munchlax's strange reaction to eating agua berries? How does he know which Pokemon are gathering where during a massive mass outbreak? He's got superpowers? Perhaps. Hopefully our investigations will shed some light on this mystery. Well, let me offer you a hand. I've learned some things about massive mass outbreaks myself. I knew the leader of the Pro Clan could help us. Mysterious goings-on in Vastasui piqued my interest, after all. And on top of that, we're friends. I'll always come if you ask for help. Friends? We've seen each other around before, but after talking more at the Harmony Festival, we found we agreed on a lot of things. Such as how exactly we think Adamant is doing as a leader. And we decided we'd help each other out, despite being from different clans. Anyway, that's how I got involved in the investigation in the Coastlands. And I heard from Iskin and Lena that they'd both seen something that was like a mass outbreak. A stranger. What are your thoughts on these massive mass outbreaks, Irida? Well, I wonder about what causes the Pokemon to flock together this way. Perhaps there's been some shift in space because of Mighty Palkia's appearance. I'd certainly be glad to have more Pokemon around. It would help Hisui flourish. But it's too early to conclude it's all for the best. Hordes of strong Pokemon could be dangerous. I'll be sure to warn Lena to be careful too. I'll head to Jubilife Village once I wrap up a few things here. We can meet at the front gates when it's time to set out on our next investigation. More apricorns, black tubs of stones, and iron chunks. About to clear up. Awesome. Hey, Adaman. Hey, if it isn't Luke. Good timing. I found some treasure you'd be interested in. Did that make your ears perk up? Happy to fill you in if you're curious. Yeah, I'm curious. That's the Survey Corps spirit. Curiosity is what moves science forward, according to good old Mr. Professor. But come to think of it, what I found seems too valuable to just let you in on it for free. Getting to work a little. Here's the deal. I want you to show me what's in your mind, your heart, your soul. In short, battle me. You got it. Then it's on. Time to see what you got. Here I come, knowing full well how tough you are for the future of the Diamond Clan. Ow. With that group, we'll send out Heracross. Okay, I get a turn. I'd take on Umbreon, but honestly, I can do okay against it. I don't want to do that. We're gonna just, oh no, that's not happening. We'll just do this. Ow. Just slash. Goodbye. Okay, now the rest of this gets a little easier. Ow. You know what, we're going to, close combat. Goodbye. See, but this is easy now. Because it's Rapidash, Typhlosion, are my best Pokemon left. It missed. Of course. Wait, what? That doesn't match the turn order. Any damage it takes is increased. Oh, that's a thing. That's a thing. Well, let's go with Fire Blast, eh? Goodbye. You're really something, and I'm a man of my word, so here's that treasure. Adamant Crystal! When used on Dialga, this large glowing gem wells up with power and allows the Pokemon to change form. Into what? This used to be my grandfather's. He said it was somehow related to Mighty Dialga. So, now that I've put you through the ringer a little, it seems right to give it to you since you're the one who caught Mighty Dialga. You know, I gotta tell you, I'm glad it was you who fell out of the sky to us. You taught me another way to get along with Pokemon, another way to relate to the world. Comet Shard. That is 45,000. Okay. Oh hey, there's one. And I see another one over there. Four left. Soon to be 3. Rainstorm ended. Awesome. Now my visibility is way better. Oh, hey. I see that. That is a good spot for it, I will admit. Two left. Oh, hey, guess what? One right there. One left. Where? Oh, there it is. What do you know? Flying around the edge was a good idea. Aha! How many do I have left? Because that means I've finished all of the areas except the 101, so I have 6 left. 6 left. Alright. Well, we're past the end of stream time, so I'm going to head back. Yep. Go back to the village. Okay. Well, I do have quests and such to move on with and so on, but I think that's going to close it for today. So, with that all done, that's going to close it for us. So, "45 hours in." That's going to close it for us for today. So, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.